What was Anubis's role in ensuring the righteousness of the dead in their journey to the afterlife? Hello, friends. Today we delve into the enigmatic god Anubis. We'll uncover his vital role, significance, and impact on the culture and religion of ancient Egypt. Let's embark on this journey through history. Egyptian mythology is renowned for its multitude of gods and goddesses, shaping the religious, cultural, and political spheres of ancient Egyptian life. Among these influential deities was Anubis, the god of the underworld and embalming. Anubis's origins trace back to around 2700 BCE, with his legacy documented in papyri and artistic depictions. Revered as one of the oldest gods in ancient Egypt, Anubis's influence was particularly strong in cities like Memphis. Anubis, depicted with a jackal's head, was intricately linked to burial sites and the afterlife. The black hue often associated with him symbolized both the mummification process and the fertile Nile soil. Anubis was deeply connected with life, death, and resurrection, overseeing the transition from one state to another. A key aspect of Anubis's duties was punishing sinners in the underworld. He also played a role in determining an individual's earthly fate, deciding who was ready to depart and who still had unfinished tasks. In the significant ritual of the weighing of the heart, Anubis measured the deceased's heart against the feather of the goddess Ma'at. A balanced scale indicated a righteous life, granting entry to the afterlife, while an imbalance meant the heart was heavier and the soul faced a grim fate. Anubis's role extended to embalming and mummification. He was often depicted in tomb paintings overseeing these processes, with statues placed in tombs to safeguard the deceased. During funeral processions, Anubis was believed to guide the dead to the underworld, leading with the Ankh, the symbol of life. Rituals frequently featured Anubis statues and masks during religious festivals, with offerings made to ensure a safe journey to the afterlife. Although Anubis's influence in modern art and architecture may be less pronounced compared to his ancient impact, he remains recognized in European museums and fantasy genres. His legacy, however, continues to captivate and inspire, reflecting his profound influence on ancient Egyptian religious practices. Anubis was instrumental in ensuring the righteousness of the dead by overseeing the weighing of their hearts against the feather of Ma'at. This process determined their worthiness and guided them through their journey to the afterlife. His role was central to maintaining the balance and justice in the transition from life to death, reinforcing the ancient Egyptians' belief in the importance of moral integrity for a successful afterlife. Anubis's influence on Egyptian culture and rituals. As we journey further into the realms of ancient Egyptian mythology, Anubis stands out not only as a god of the underworld, but as a central figure in the spiritual and cultural practices of ancient Egypt. His influence extended beyond mere symbolism. It permeated the very fabric of Egyptian rituals and beliefs about the afterlife. The role of Anubis in the afterlife. Anubis was deeply revered as the guardian of the afterlife. Egyptians believed that the soul's journey after death was fraught with challenges and that Anubis played a pivotal role in navigating this perilous path. The god's presence was integral to the process of ensuring that the deceased were properly prepared for their journey to the underworld. He was depicted as overseeing the meticulous rituals of mummification, a practice essential for preserving the body, and by extension, the soul's integrity. Mummification and Anubis. Mummification was more than a preservation technique. It was a sacred ritual believed to safeguard the deceased's passage to the afterlife. Anubis's role in this process was both symbolic and practical. He was often shown in tomb art and funerary texts as the guiding figure in the embalming process, ensuring that every step was carried out with precision. The practice involved not only the physical preservation of the body, but also the performance of various rituals to protect the soul. Anubis's depiction with a jackal's head was emblematic of his connection to both death and the protection of burial sites. Anubis's depictions and symbolism. The depiction of Anubis in ancient Egyptian art varied, but his association with death and mummification was consistently portrayed. He was often shown as a jackal-headed figure, symbolizing his role as a guardian of the dead. This form was not only a reflection of his responsibilities, but also a practical choice, as jackals were commonly seen around burial grounds. The color black, frequently used in representations of Anubis, symbolized both the fertile soil of the Nile Valley and the color of mummification wrappings, linking him to both life and death. Funerary practices in ancient Egypt were elaborate and steeped in tradition. Anubis's role extended beyond the mere physical aspects of mummification. He was believed to lead the soul through a series of trials and judgments. During funeral processions, Anubis was depicted carrying an ankh, the symbol of life, guiding the deceased to their final resting place. Statues and amulets of Anubis were commonly placed in tombs to offer protection and ensure a safe passage to the afterlife. Anubis in the broader context of Egyptian mythology. While Anubis was a central figure, his role was part of a larger pantheon of gods that influenced various aspects of life and death. His function as the god of the afterlife intersected with other deities, including Osiris, the god of resurrection, and Ra, the sun god who played a crucial role in the daily cycle of life and death. The interplay between these gods highlighted the complex and interwoven nature of Egyptian religious beliefs. Anubis's legacy. Despite the passage of millennia, Anubis remains a compelling symbol of ancient Egyptian culture. His role in mummification, judgment, and the afterlife underscores a deeply ingrained belief system centered around morality, protection, and the journey beyond death. His legacy continues to fascinate and inspire, reflecting a culture that valued order, justice, and the sacredness of life and death. As we delve deeper into the role of Anubis, it's crucial to understand his impact on the ancient Egyptian worldview. Anubis wasn't just a deity of the afterlife, he was a protector of the dead, ensuring that their journey to the next world was secure and just. His association with mummification and embalming rituals underscores his importance in preserving the body for the afterlife. Anubis and the weighing of the heart. One of the most profound aspects of Anubis's role was his involvement in the weighing of the heart ceremony, a pivotal ritual in Egyptian funerary practices. This ceremony was not just a test of worthiness, but a symbolic representation of cosmic balance and moral integrity. The heart of the deceased was weighed against the feather of Ma'at, the goddess of truth and justice. If the scales balanced, it indicated a life lived in harmony with Ma'at's principles, granting the soul passage to the afterlife. However, if the heart was heavier, it signified a life of wrongdoing, resulting in the soul being devoured by the monstrous Ammit, a creature known for consuming the hearts of the unworthy. Anubis's role in mummification. Anubis's connection to mummification was equally significant. The ancient Egyptians believed that preserving the body was essential for the soul's successful transition to the afterlife. Anubis was often depicted overseeing the mummification process, ensuring that every step was performed correctly. His presence in tomb paintings and statues was meant to safeguard the deceased in their journey. The god's jackal-headed form was a symbol of his role as a guardian of the dead, reflecting his association with burial grounds and the preservation of life after death. Anubis and funeral rituals. Funeral rituals in ancient Egypt were elaborate and deeply symbolic. Anubis played a central role in guiding the deceased through these ceremonies. Often depicted leading funeral processions with an ankh, the symbol of life, Anubis was believed to escort the soul to the underworld. Statues and masks representing Anubis were commonly used in these processions, reinforcing his role as a protector and guide. Offerings of food, drink, and other items were made to honor him, ensuring that the journey to the afterlife was smooth and favorable. The legacy of Anubis. Although Anubis's influence on modern art and architecture may be less pronounced, his legacy continues to captivate imaginations around the world. His image, characterized by the jackal's head and association with death and the afterlife, remains one of the most recognizable symbols of ancient Egyptian mythology. While contemporary art and literature might not always reflect his ancient significance, Anubis's role in Egyptian culture endures, highlighting the depth and complexity of ancient beliefs about life, death, and beyond. In summary, Anubis was not merely a god of the dead, but a crucial figure in the maintenance of cosmic order and justice. His influence extended through the mummification process, funeral rituals, and the weighing of souls, reflecting his integral role in the ancient Egyptian understanding of the afterlife. For a deeper dive into the rich tapestry of Egyptian mythology, make sure to explore our Gods and Pharaohs playlist. We cover the myths, legends, and historical significance of all the major Egyptian deities, offering a comprehensive look into their roles and impact on ancient Egyptian culture. Stay tuned as we continue to unravel the mysteries of the ancient world and bring these fascinating stories to life.